While most creators spend 6 to 12 months grinding for monetization, Mike Bayer launched his YouTube channel at 80 and hit monetization in just 9 weeks. One viral video changed everything, but here's something that's even more remarkable. His 50 years of community management experience gave him something most new creators don't have: a strategy that builds 2,000 plus loyal viewers who actually engage. Hi, I'm Des, and today Mike's sharing the exact approach that's earning him $400 to $500 monthly on AdSense alone, plus $500 from affiliate links and coffee donations. And if you think you're too old to start, or that success takes years, this conversation will completely change your perspective. Thank you so much for being on the call today. I really appreciate you coming on, Mike. You're someone I've been following for a very, very long time on School. You can obviously talk about where we met. And also, I would like to talk about your journey on YouTube, because you are now monetized, aren't you? So first of all, please tell me who you are, what you're about, and how you got interested in YouTube.
Well, let's see. I'm 81 years old now. I started my YouTube channel when I was 80 in September of 2024. On my 80th birthday, I tried to figure out what's left. I'm always making 10-year goals, but man, when you're 80, you make a 10-year goal, you got to get to 90, right? So a bunch of different things came about, and I'd been watching YouTube, and I decided, you know what, I'm going to give this a shot. So December 30th of 23 was my birthday, so I go right into 24. So I spent 3 months doing nothing but watching videos. I never paid for a program or a school, a platform or a coach or anything. So I spent 3 months planning. I do pastor a church part-time, and
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I've been doing that for 50 years, been in the ministry for 50 years. So I do have another channel. That channel is part of the church. So I had some familiarity with uploading videos, but I hadn't paid no attention to the analytics and that kind of stuff. Sure. So in September, I launched the channel. It got monetized in 9 weeks. Most of that was because 3 weeks after I started the channel, my very first video did pretty well. And so I posted a video on how I started a channel at 80 years old. And that
for the audience, I'm gonna put this in B-roll, but I'm also gonna show it on the screen just here now, so you can reference it actually. But yeah, you can actually also, maybe you can speak to that video that got you monetized.
Yeah, it's how to start a channel at 80. There it is there, and it's pushing close to 500,000 views. Well, that's
crazy.
Yeah, isn't that crazy? So I'm on YouTube for 3 weeks. I posted that video. It laid around for about 2 weeks and didn't do much. And then all of a sudden, the algorithm picked it up and it turned into a viral video. And that's really so I'm one of those people that I guess got lucky, but I think I was out the door as creating pretty good videos. And that video has continues to get, 20 to 25 views an hour, even now.
So perhaps, if we can spin back, sorry to interrupt you, if we can spin back, just tell us a little bit about your history. Obviously, you're 80 plus years old now. You've got a varied history, more so than most people.
Yes.
What was how did you actually get to YouTube from what you were doing previously? And then obviously from working to retirement to YouTube, what's your history there first?
Well, I love technology. I had my first computer, a Radio Shack Model 100, I think back in the 80s, early 90s. And I actually had a public relations firm. I started working with CompuServe, which was one of the early, online services. And they hired me to manage community for them. So I had a staff of 25 from around the world that was managing communities on CompuServe. They got bought by Netscape and AOL, and so I migrated. I was working with AOL. I had a staff of 50 by that time, managing community. So then, community in the Wild West days was horrible on AOL. I got really tired of it. So I concentrated on my ministry, my PR firm. I sold. I've gone through a bankruptcy. Of course, you know, I was in the Marine Corps. I don't know about that. And so, yeah, I've had a lot of different things that have happened along the
Yeah.
way. I bought an RV. We've had RVs all of our life. I did a Facebook page on RVs, and that turned into 3 different fan pages that had almost 100,000 members in those 3 fan
Wow.
page groups. So I've always been around community and technology. So actually, YouTube was kind of a natural step for me, you know.
Sure. So did you, obviously we met in a Lexus community.
Yes.
Had you started your channel by then, or were you still researching the sort of channel that you wanted to actually make?
Okay, she started her school on September the 17th. I started my channel on September the 18th of 2024. So
Okay.
I was one of the first people to join her community, the first one of the first 500. She's over 7,000 now.
Yeah.
So yeah, I
So
got a
far.
lot of inspiration from Alexa in the very beginning, and that and the community that really helped propel me. Yes.
Sure. And then after you joined the community, did you then start the channel?
Yes, the next day.
That's crazy.
Yeah, the next day.
And did you actually know which direction you were going in, or did you have an idea? Obviously, you said you did the research.
Oh yeah.
What was the direction that you went in?
So 50 years ago, I adopted my theme, which is in my stickers and everything. If you ain't dead, you ain't done. Okay, so that's the theme of my channel. Matter of fact, if you go look at my channel, the header now has it up there. If you ain't dead, you ain't done. So that was my very first video. My theme was to reach people in the 4th quarter of their life, and even though that was my theme and that was kind of my niche, that's not really all of that. My audience is a lot bit more varied than that, but I try to stay in my lane, creating videos that are encouraging to people that are 70 to 90 years old.
Oh, it's brilliant. And you obviously got monetized very quickly. That's not the norm, is it, Mike? I mean, it generally takes people quite a long time to get monetized. So
yeah, I think the average is 6 months to a year. And the viral video did help me get monetized in 9 weeks, which is pretty exciting. And but you know, monetization it goes up and down. You know,
absolutely.
I'm averaging maybe $400 to $500 a month now, but I've been on for a year. I just celebrated a year with 32,000 subscribers. So that gives me a base to work off of, which is pretty good.
Yeah, sure. So how has it changed then? How has it changed you doing the actual YouTube channel? Is it changed you as a person, or?
I don't know if it's changed me as a person. It has definitely helped define a new chapter of my life. So when you're in your 80s and you're either retired or semi-retired, a lot of people just sort of give up, and is there anything left? But my conviction is, like I said, if you ain't dead, you ain't done. You've got more creativity, you've got more things you can give, you can do, and matter of fact, I call it the 4th quarter advantage. I have the advantage of having the experience and the stories and all of that stuff that can help illustrate whatever it is. Even if I'm doing a product review to talking about my adoptive parents, I can go through all of that and add that experience into it.
I'm with you. And what advice do you have for someone that is retired and that's looking to do a YouTube channel? Because I think, and I'm quite surprised, there are so many people that are retired that want to start a YouTube channel, and they're scared to because they think they're too old to start. What do you say to them?
No, it's a myth that you're too old to start. It's just a myth. The way you approach it is going to be different. And take Alexa for example. Alexa got fired. People that want to create a business out of their YouTube channel make a high income. People in their 4th quarter don't have that kind of a need. I don't need. Matter of fact, I don't know what I'd do with that kind of an income. I got into it. I want to have some extras. I want to pay for all this junk I got hanging around me. But you know, I don't need six figures to do that, right?
No, of
And
course
I
not.
don't want to do it full time. You know, I already had two full-time jobs. I don't
Sure.
want another full-time job. So here's my advice. If you're retired, start out slow, do some research,
Yeah.
do only one video a week or one video a month. It's not a track race. You've already finished the races. It's more about integrity and quality at this
Of course.
particular point in your life. And then don't worry about the economics. You know, yeah, it'd be great if you got monetized, but probably the most important thing is you want to build trust with your viewers.
Absolutely.
So
Yeah.
my advice now is take 3 to 6 months and do nothing but build trust with your viewers. Be
Mhm.
consistent once a week, once every other week,
Yeah.
and then look at it as a side hustle or as a hobby.
Cool. Cool.
It's not going to be, you know, unless for some reason you want to. You're 90 years old and you're going to make a six-figure income and start an ad agency. But I doubt that, man. Come on.
So tell us a little bit about monetization then. So obviously you got monetized quickly, and obviously AdSense is the is it the bulk of the income for the channel? Because I remember speaking to you before, and you were saying that you were actually being approached to sponsor some, or by sponsors to show products and things. Maybe you
Yes.
can explain a little bit about that if you don't mind, Mike.
So monetization is about 1/3 of my income. I'm averaging around $1,000 a month, a little bit more from all of
Okay.
my resources. That's my Buy Me Coffee link. Amazon's doing really good for me now because of a couple of product reviews I did on AI recorders, and people watch that and they buy the recorder,
Yeah, sure.
which is great. So, but I have had a couple of sponsorship deals, and I did an independent video for a company, and they paid me almost $3,000 to do that. I probably wouldn't do it again. I probably made about 5 cents an hour. They calculated all the time together, but I had a lot of fun. I learned a lot. I learned a lot about contracting with sponsors. I probably get 5 requests a day now from people and companies. Yeah, people and companies that, and most of them, all of them, I pretty much ignore. They want me to, you know, promote their products or get involved with something, but I don't do that. Matter of fact, the 2 sponsors I have, I reached out to. They did not reach out to me. I reached out to them with some proposals, which is pretty cool. And so my Dash Moto scooter, which you can watch that video, they gave me a great deal on the scooter, and I did and I've got a tremendous back market deal with them. And I've got one other sponsor that wants to pay me in the low 5 figures to be their brand ambassador. But Des, here's the deal. My wife is disabled. I'm the full-time caregiver for my wife. I'm still pastoring. I only preach on Sundays. I'm doing YouTube. I don't have time to be a brand ambassador. Are you kidding? You could pay me 6 figures. Part of it, there's only so much of me to go around. I have to stay. Here's the biggest advice for anybody in the 4th quarter of their life. Stay in your lane. Don't chase shiny objects. In the beginning, 100%. I chased a lot of shiny objects. I got junk around here. I probably got over $2,000 of stuff I bought that I haven't even opened up yet. I could have stayed with my iPhone 16 and shot all my videos on that, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. So obviously, can you tell us the journey of your production process? Because I'm assuming that you maybe, well, I don't want to assume actually, if you can let us know how you started and where you are now, because I think you have things like your thumbnails and things done now, don't you? So yeah, if you can tell us that story, that'd be great.
So I have a thumbnail creator, and I just hired him a couple of months ago. But here's my Oxenpine journal.
Okay.
So the 3 months before I started, and you can see some of this in my video on how I started, but I started when I started, I already had over, I think, 50 to 100 topics. So I'm a big journalist. So, and the other thing is, here's my current recorder. It's a
Yeah.
Recolix, and I've got a video on that. But I probably dictate 10 to 50 voice memos in this a day. My brain is always spinning, but I'm at the age where I can't remember anything. Now you're not there yet, right? So
I don't know.
I get a brainstorm or I get an idea. If I don't dictate it, or if I don't write it down, man, it is gone. And some of those are the greatest ideas. Those have been the greatest videos I've done, and they came that way. So
Sure.
so ideation of content is really critical. If you plan a little bit, I don't believe in batching videos. I don't have to do that, but I batch my ideas. At any given time, I have here in my computer probably 50 ideas. Some I've developed, some I put into an AI program to flush out a little bit. And so I'm never at a loss for a video idea.
Okay, so what do you do then, Mike? Do you record do you actually write your script, sorry, or do you work from bullet points when you do like the face to camera?
Yeah, so most of the time I will work off of bullet points out of my journal. Here's one right here. So that's the extent of how I write something out. This is on the video on Stop Hiding. On the other hand, I have written a semi-script for a couple, and I kind of go back and forth. Most of the time I like talking like I'm talking to you kind of off the cuff, but I do use my iPad and what I would call a semi-script. Maybe it's got the 5 major points and then sub points under that, and then I kind of talk off of that. But I don't record very far in advance. I'm recording a video today that I'll probably upload today or tomorrow. So that's kind of my process.
So do you edit your videos as well, Mike?
Yeah, I edit all of my videos in CapCut, and I've got a couple of other programs, but I like and I'm a minimalist. I don't do any B-rolls. I do overlays of the pictures and stuff or whatever when it makes sense. Yeah. But again, in the fourth quarter of your life, you don't need a fancy Mr. Beast kind of a thing where you got B-rolls running in all over the place. And so I don't do that. I stick to talking head mostly. So I don't need all of that. So the minimalist is nice. I never take more than probably 10 minutes to 10 minutes to 30 minutes actually to edit a video. So so when I start a video and I'm going to record it, this is a tip that a lot of people like, I know. So I start the video, I never turn the camera off. Yeah, I just let it run. So I may end up with 35 or 40 minutes of raw footage. I turn it on and I set up, I drink my coffee and get comfortable. And then I start talking. And then I've learned how to pause at certain places, and then I can pick up if I make a mistake. I'll say take 1 or take 2, and so it's easy to edit that way. And so if it's a 35-minute video, then I can edit it in about 35 or 40 minutes.
Do you know what? That is such a good tip, because I think especially a lot of the members of my community, they probably keep pressing record, then pausing and stop. But what you're saying that you do, you just let the camera run. You'll say what you want to say. You'll make little mistakes, but it's in the editing process is when you tidy everything up.
Yeah, I forgot where I might have got this from Kevin Covey at the very beginning when I started, and that was, your editor is your best friend. Man, you just ramble on, and your editor becomes your best friend.
That is such good advice. Brilliant. So is there anything else that you want to speak of regarding your journey with YouTube? Anything that you think the viewers would be interested in?
Well, let's see. Anything they're interested in. To re-emphasize my theme, if you ain't dead, you ain't down. You're never too young. Well, I guess you could be too young. And you're never too old. I think
a lot of them have problems with the face to camera. A lot of people in my community, I think you've got the confidence maybe with your ministry, But a lot of people aren't used to being in front of the camera, or even in front of people.
Okay, so here's the biggest tip. Right now, what are you and I doing? We're talking to each other.
Yeah.
So when I sit down to do a video, the video today, I'm going to sit down and I'm going to think in my mind of a person that I'm talking to who needs what I'm going to talk about.
Sure.
And I get a picture of that person, and that's the only person I talk to.
Okay, that's brilliant.
Is that one person I have in my mind that really well, and it kind of, when I started doing that, all of a sudden I became passionate about, it's like sitting at lunch and your best friend says, I'm really discouraged today. I don't know what to do. Well, so they ask you, can you help me? And so you start sharing with them. That kind of across the lunch table is the ideal way to build trust.
Yeah.
When you're sharing with somebody in an authentic way. So I never think in terms of viewing thousands of people. It's just you and I talking.
Sure. And I'll tell you one bit of advice that you gave me, Mike, and it has worked so well, and I want to thank you for that. I think it was a post, either something I posted or you posted, about building a community around your channel. Instead of thinking of it in isolation, you're building a community around your channel. If someone comments on your video, reply to the comment. You can, I'll go even further, but you can probably explain a little bit more about that concept that you have.
Well, that comes from my community background from the early 90s. So when people started commenting on my video, I discovered that if you click on their avatar, you can go to their channel. Sure. Now, a lot of people don't have channels, but a lot of them that do. So, absolutely. So I reply to so I have 7,000 comments on my 65 videos or so, and I reply to every single one of them.
Right.
So, and not only do I reply to them, I go to see if they have a channel, and if they have a channel, oftentimes in the reply, I'll say something about their channel. Well, that turns into sometimes an exchange between myself and that person. Yeah. But what it does, it has built so I've got 32,000 subscribers. I'm going to guess maybe I've got 2,000 to 2,500 of loyal viewers. So that's a small ratio of 32,000. Yeah. But most people would, and then I have a mailing list with a little over 1,000. So most people would kill to have a mailing list of 1,000 or 2,000 loyal followers. So those are the people that are the result of the community activity, and no matter, a friend of mine today posted a video. He was so funny. And he said, old Mike, I love his video. No matter what he talks about, I don't even care about the topic. I just go there and watch it. And I've got a lot of people that make that kind of a comment. Another way, I think it was Chris Doe that says they'll come initially for your content, but if they fall in love with you, they'll keep coming back no matter what.
I love that. That's such a good. Yeah, that's such a good message.
And you're that kind of a person. You're great on camera. You're communicative. You're expressive. You're easy to fall in love with.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that. Thank you very much. I appreciate the nice words. And what else was I going to ask you? Where did you get the topics from? Obviously, you come up with a lot of different ideas for your videos, but which one do you actually choose? Which one is the one that gets to the top of the list of something that you really want to actually record and publish?
There's no one answer to that. Sometimes it's something that touches my heart. Sometimes I'll see 2 or 3 other videos that are out on that particular topic. I want to do the video that I'm going to do today is how to encourage people, how to be an encourager on your YouTube video, no matter the topic.
Yeah,
no matter the topic. But I got that idea a month ago by watching somebody else. The other thing, there's a lot of videos on how to finish well. So I'm going to do a video on the myth of finishing well. Okay. I just want to finish. I don't care whether it's well or not well. No, I'm joking. But so to answer your question, though, I think if you have if you've developed a pool of content, different things pop up in your mind. You have a conversation. There is no easy answer to that. Somewhat, you have to serendipitously. Didn't say that right. You have to go with the flow. You have to go with what your heart is. Never create. Never. I've never done a video that I didn't want to do.
Okay.
And I know a lot of people do a video that they don't want to do, but they do it because it'll help their monetization. It'll help their channel. I don't think you ever want to do that. You never want to do a video that you don't want to do, that you're not committed to, you know.
Absolutely. That's great advice. And do you know what? I'm really surprised that you said you got an email list as well. I didn't even know you had an email list. How do you get people into your email list then, Mike?
Early on, I saw a video. I can't even remember who the guru was. And they basically said that, you know, YouTube can shut down your channel at any moment. So you need to have an off-platform way to communicate with your viewers. Now, the truth is, I've got all of these subscribers, and I joke about it a lot.
Sure.
They don't have to worry about me pestering them. I've never sent them an email yet. I set it up. I set up the email, a MailChimp account, 1 week after I started my channel. And it's slowly been growing, and so people sign up and they get a welcome email, but that's it. You know, they don't get anything else. So at some point, you know, I'll do that. But I took that advice early on, so I do have some sense of being able to communicate to that group of people. And if something went south, I'd be able to communicate at least to them anyway.
So what, do you have a link in the description then of your newsletter?
I have a link in every one of my descriptions to sign up for my email, or to go to my merch store to buy my junk that I got there. So
I'm gonna have to go to the merch store as well and buy one of those. Definitely.
Yeah.
What's the most popular product in your merch store?
Well, it's either the stickers, which if you watch one of my live streams, I give away for free. But the stickers, I've sold coffee cups, the sweatshirts. You know, you don't make a lot of money off of that kind of a deal, but it's kind of fun, you know. So I've got this. I got the cool little coffee cup. A lot of people buy this.
I love that. That's great.
So yeah.
And do you use one of those stores where they kind of ship it out for you? So
it's print on demand, or you know, it's like publishing on demand. So it's a spread shop. I use spread shop, and it doesn't cost anything. You set it up, and then you get they take a cut out of it, and somebody puts the order in, and they make it after the order goes in.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Well, look, Mike, thank you so much for your time. We've got to do this again as well. Obviously, just thinking about your time here. One last question. If you had to do it all again, is there anything you would have done differently if you had to start your channel again? I ask this to all the people I interview.
Well,
I don't think anything different, or would you have done anything different?
Yeah, the only thing that I would have done differently, I probably didn't need to spend the whole 3 months I did. I think I could have prepared it in probably a month, watching videos. The other thing is, I got distracted a couple of times. Went down sort of rabbit holes of buying equipment, thinking I had to upgrade. For a while there, I got sucked into all of the monetization hacks and making money hacks, and so I wasted a lot of time watching those videos. I believe I can learn from watching the gurus, but I think the biggest thing I advise people now: figure out your lane and stay in your lane. Once you get out of your lane, it slows your productivity and your progress.
That's excellent advice. Well, look, Mike, thank you so much for doing the interview. Where can people find you? Where's the best place to contact you or watch your content? Where's the best place?
Well, of course, on my channel, Old Me Living. Matter of fact, if you go into Bing, Google, or any search engine, and you just type in Old Me Living, I'm the number one hit on every single search engine. That's all you'll see is me. So that's the easiest way to find me. You can find my email on my channel page. A lot of people email me. In my channel description, I have my email there. So that's it.
Brilliant. Oh, and before you go, just one. I said that was the last question. I lied. This is the next last question. Do you actually think you've inspired a lot of people to start their channels? People that are retired, people that are your age. Have you been in contact with somebody that said, after I've watched you, I've been inspired by you, and I've started my channel? Has that happened?
Dozens of them.
Yeah.
I'm in the last stages of writing a book.
Okay.
And it's going to be geared towards people in the fourth quarter on starting a YouTube channel. A lot of it is just the motivation behind doing it. And yeah, I have dozens and dozens of messages in my comments. You can read any of my watch any of my videos, go through the comments. You'll find people saying, well, you know, because of you, I started my channel. I'm 76 or I'm 81 or I'm 83. So I got that all the time.
That is fantastic.
And that really warms my heart. No, it's a great time to be on YouTube. It really is.
It is. It is. Well, look, Mike, thank you so much. I really appreciate you doing the interview today. We've got to get back on camera, not obviously too soon, but I'd love to get you back on the channel. You've got so much knowledge. I've learned so much from you, and I'm also inspired by you as well. We communicate via Alexa's community as well. And you, again, we never even mentioned that side of things. You offer so much help to other YouTubers that are just getting into the space. So thank you so much for all you do.
Sure.
And thanks for the interview today.
All right, Des. Really enjoyed it. We'll talk soon, okay?
Appreciate that. Thanks, Mike.
All right.